The people have spoken, and today's class is going to be all about splits. The people said splits, but I'm going to do side splits. There was no definition of front or side, so we're going to focus on side split. So it is going to be challenging, so just go at your own pace. If anything hurts, please just come out of the stretch. Remember to breathe deeply into the stretches that we do go into. So we're going to start off with just testing out our side split. So how far can you go before the class? And then we're going to compare at the end of the class. So just going into that side split position, toes down. I always find when my toes up, I can go a little bit deeper. So just kind of test both variations, toes up, and then test toes down. So for me, this is it for now. I'm very cold, so you do expect not to go too low when you first test it, and then you'll probably hopefully see some improvement by the end of the class. Right, let's begin. Once you've tested your side split, we are going to start. Sleeves are up, I mean business, guys. So we're going to start with some 90-90s. So you're going to have your feet nice and wide. You're going to bring your hands behind your back. You're just going to bring your knees side to side, just warming up your hips. Slow and controlled, pushing your knees down, and then controlling it to the other side. So if anything is challenging today, just stick with the first variation. So this is the first variation. Now we're going to go on to the second variation. So the second one is we're just going to bring our hands away, bringing our knees to the one side, and we're just going to bring our hips through. So coming up onto your knees, hips through, squeeze your bum, and then come back down. Swap sides. Again, you can place your hands on the floor if it helps. You're going to bring your hips up, squeeze your bum, bring your hips down. And again, to the other side, bring your hips through, sit down, hips to the other side. Hands on the floor is going to make this easier. So you can always bring your hands on the floor, bring your hips up like that. So we're just going to do a couple more each side. Working the internal and external rotation of your hips. Getting them nice and warmed up for today's splits class. Okay, come back to that neutral position, and we're all going to come to the left side. So we're going to go back into that upright position, so bringing your hips through. And here we're just going to come into 10 reps of bringing your hips through and then sitting down. So bringing your hips through, sitting down. We're going to do that 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sit all the way down. Now we're going to bring our knees to the right hand side, coming into that 90-90. We're going to do the same thing. So hips come through, squeeze your bum, and then we're just going to come, just hovering above on the floor, and then sitting up. So 10 times. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Spicy. Feel that in your glutes. Now we're going to bring our knees to the left again. We're going to come through, bring our hips through, and this time we're just going to lower really slowly for 10 seconds. Okay, so on my count, we're going to go down, bring that bum towards the floor really slowly for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place your bum on the floor, swivel your knees to the right this time, and we're going to do the same thing, bring your hips through, lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, our next position is going to be the frog pose. So again, this one, it can be challenging. So we're going to bring our knees on the outside of our hip. So knees and ankles in line, toes turned out. So we want kind of like a 90-degree angle with that knee. Okay. Now it's going to come onto our elbows. And we're just going to add some rocks here. So gentle rocks, forwards and backwards, opening up those hips, pushing those hips back. We're going to do this for 45 seconds. So nice deep breaths. Remember to breathe. Slow down, tell that nervous system, calm it down. Yeah, keeping those toes turned out. Nice gentle rocks. Okay, so this time what I want you to do is sit your hips back. So if you just see from the side angle as well. So we're going to sit our hips back. And what we're going to do, we're going to think about pushing our knees into the floor while our hips are back. And we're going to push down for 10 seconds. And then we're going to relax, push down. So contract, relax. And we're going to do that 3 sets of that. Okay? So we're going to push our hips back. We're going to push our knees into the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back into your rocks. Take a deep breath. And then we're going to bring our hips back again. Push our knees into the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock forwards and backwards. We're going to do one more like that. Ready? Push your hips back. Push your knees down to the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax again. Come back into those rocks like we started with. Rocking forwards and backwards. Awesome. Working on our adductors, which is really important for the side splits. Making sure they're flexible and strong at the same time. This is why contract and relax is such a good technique. Helps strengthen and improve your range. That's what we want. We don't just want to be flexible, we want to be strong in those end ranges to protect injuries. If you're martial arts and you kick, then those kicks are going to be strong and high. Right, enough of me jibber jabbering. Let's move on. Oh, so just slowly come out of this stretch. Come onto your hands and then just bring your knees slowly in. Can get quite tight. So just wiggle your hips side to side like you've got a tail and you're wagging it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come into a half frog position. So I'm going to come front on. We're going to bring our right foot out to the side. So our knee is slightly outside our hip. Our toes are on the floor. So our foot is facing the front of the room. Now we're going to do like what we just did in the frog. We're going to come into some rocking forwards and backwards. So just driving our hips back, forwards. And then we're going to do the similar thing. So we're going to come into some contract and relax again. We're going to bring our hips back. And then we're going to push our foot into the floor, bringing our heel in towards us. Okay? So drive your hips back, bring that heel in towards you, push down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Come forwards and back. Driving the hips back. And we're going to do that again. Bring your hips back. Drive your heel into the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock forwards and back again. We're going to do one more. And then we're going to move on to the other side. Ready? So push your hips back. Heel into the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Okay, bring that knee back in. So again, slightly out to the side. You can turn that foot out. Left leg is coming out this time. Toes facing the front of the room. You can tuck your right toes into the floor if that helps. And we're going to rock forwards and backwards again. Feel a nice stretch in that inner thigh. So just get comfortable in this position. Rocking forwards and backwards. And we're going to do 3 sets again. So driving your hips back, driving your heel into the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock forwards and backwards again. And again, drive your hips back, push down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll do one more. If you want to relax your toes well, sometimes my toes get cramped up, so just bring them up to the sky if it gets too much. And then just place them back down. Ready? Drive your hips back, push down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, slowly bring that knee back in. Again, come into that waggy tail. It's quite a nice one to do. Just bringing your hips to the side, to the other side. Okay, so next we are going to work the opposing muscle to what we just worked. So it's really important that our opposite muscles are both strong. If we have one that's letting the team down, then that's going to restrict our flexibility. So, I forgot to say at the beginning of the class, make sure you're by a wall. Sorry guys, because a wall is going to help us. But if you haven't got a wall, then unlucky. I should have said that at the beginning. Sorry guys. Okay, so we're going to go by a wall. So if you're not by a wall, then don't worry, you can do it without the wall. It's just going to help us with the next one. So I want your knee and your hand against the wall. If you're not up against the wall, you can just come into a tabletop position. Now we're going to bring our left foot out and we're going to come into some lift-offs. So we're going to lift our leg 5 times like this, and then we're going to hold the last one for 10 seconds. Okay, so keeping your hips square facing the floor, hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to lift off 5 times. Ready? So lift your foot up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now on the last one, we're going to hold it. Ready? For 10, 9, 8, 7. Bend your knee if it's too much. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Oh boy. Yeah, make sure if it gets too much, you can always just bend your knee, okay guys? So we're going to go to the other side now. So other leg, so your right leg is going to come out. Same thing, I'm going to lift off for 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to hold it now, ready? Lift off for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, come back into that wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle those hips like you're a big happy dog. Right, so keeping by the wall. The wall is our friend for the next one as well. If you're by a sofa, just something that you can pop your back up, makes it a little bit easier for you. We're going to come into a butterfly position. So, up against the wall, or the sofa, or whatever, we're going to have our feet together, and we're just going to let our knees flop out to the side. So we're just going to hold this stretch to start with. So I want you to push your knees down. So when you're against the wall, it just helps. It helps you be able to push your knees down. Sometimes it's really hard to do this without a wall. But if you're not by a wall, what you can do is just hold your ankles and then push your knees down like that. So choose your variation, and we're just going to chill out here. So 30 seconds here, nice deep breaths. Calming your nervous system down. Making sure we can actually breathe into the stretches is really important. If you find that you're like scrunching your face and then we don't want to be like that in a passive stretch. A passive stretch, we want to breathe deeply and relax into it. Okay, that's 30 seconds. So what we're going to do now is contract and relax again. So we're going to push our knees into our hands into knees for 10 seconds. Ready? Push against for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to let your hands go and we're just going to drive our knees to the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then relax. And we're going to go back into that passive stretch. So nice deep breaths. Holding it here. We're going to do one more set of that. So just relaxing here, pushing down. You can also do this with some weights as well in your hands. But I find that just pushing your hands down is just as good. Oh, I've got a hole in my sock. I didn't realise. What a tramp. These socks, though, have lasted me so long, like years. And that hole is new. They've been the best socks I've ever had. Okay. Right, you ready? Pushing against your hands into your knees for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go of your hands. Push your knees down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Just flutter your knees up and down. Yeah, awesome. Now we're just going to come into the last one. So it's going to be a passive stretch. So again, like I said before, something that you can find a position that you can just breathe deeply into. We're going to hold it for 1 minute. So you're going to need a wall. And we're just going to bring our bum up against. So you're going to go side onto your wall. And then you're just, or your sofa, whatever is close to you. A sofa would work. Once your hips are against the wall, we're just going to bring our legs up to the sky. Okay, this can be a bit awkward to get into. Now with our legs in the sky, we're just going to bring them nice and wide like this. And we're just going to hold it. And again, if you want more kind of range, you can just bring your hands onto your thighs and you can kind of just push them down. And we're just going to chill out here. So relaxing, holding the stretch. Breathing deeply. And if you find that you couldn't get your hips so close to the wall, you don't need your hips all up against the wall. You can come away from it and it's a little bit easier to get into. We're just going to hang out here. Nice, guys. Relaxing, deep breaths. Breathing deeply into your belly and into your lungs. And then a slow exhale out through your nose. And again, deep breath into your belly, into your lungs, and a slow exhale out through your nose. Just relax and maybe close down your eyes here. We're just going to be doing a minute today, guys, but honestly, the longer you hold these passive stretches, the better. Like 2 minutes, 3, 4, yeah, 5 even. Really relax into this stretch. Okay, we're going to just take a deep breath in, guys. And a slow exhale. Bring your hands onto your legs and just slowly push them up so your legs come straight, help them get up. And then just bend your knees and you can come into kind of like a happy baby where you're putting your feet against the wall your knees come out nice and wide. This is a nice one just to finish off. And then just bring your knees on top of each other like a little spinal twist. And then come onto your hands. And we're going to test our side split. So let's test it. If you have like blocks or anything or chair, so maybe you can go a little bit further now. Ooh, much better. Oh, look at that. Bloody hell. Oh. So test it. How is it compared to when you started? It should feel a lot looser, a lot stronger. The end. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment in the chat what you want the next live to be on. Anything mobility, flexibility focused. If you want more flexibility routines like that. If you want more joint focus mobility classes. I'm going to do a quick Q&A if anyone is actually watching. I thought I haven't done one before. I thought why not? Let's give it a go. So I'm just going to turn the camera. Hello. So is anyone on there watching? Give us a question. Otherwise, I'm just going to chat to you and answer some common questions that I get a lot. La la la. So one question I get all the time is, why are my hips so tight? Now, what a common thing that people do is when they've got tightness, they're like, right, I need to stretch it out. I need to stretch this tightness away. So they do loads of stretches. And then what happens is that the tightness just goes away for a little bit, but then it always keeps coming back. So one of the key things that you need to do when you've got tight hips is actually go to the root cause, would be strengthening your hips. So doing things like split training is actually going to really help with your tight hips, because strength, like flexibility training, like done right, is working your end ranges, which a lot of people miss out. So this is why I'm such an advocate of trying to do the splits. It's not necessarily to try and be like super flexible. It's actually working the strength in those end ranges, which actually will help with those tight hips. For me, a prime example, I used to always get tight hips when I was go running, and then since I started working more end range strength, like my hips just feel like so buttery, and I can just move them in all these different directions without any tightness or pain, and it really has transformed my hips. So yeah, if anyone has got another question, another common one that comes up again is shoulder mobility, pain. And if you look at today's kind of training, it's a lot of pushing, a lot of pulling, overhead. And a lot of the times people miss out loads of different aspects of the joint. You know, the joint can rotate, it can abduct, it can adduct, it can flex, it can extend. And if you are avoiding a lot of planes of movement, which a lot of people do, then when you go to that position, it's weak, and your body is not aware of it. It's kind of like, we haven't been in this position before. What are you doing to me? And then that's when it signals pain. So it's really important that we look at training and we think, right, let's move our joints in the full range rather than just a sagittal plane, which is back and forth. Think of it like that. We want to rotate our joints. We want to extend, we want to flex. We want to move them all these different ranges to try and make sure that they're going to be strong and prevent injuries. And then we can go into our hobbies without fear of getting injured, because that's what it's about, right? It's being able to keep doing these hobbies for forever. Okay, I'm going to finish on that. Just wanted to do a couple of minutes. I think I've rabbited it on enough. But please join me on my next live, which is going to be Wednesday next week at 2 p.m. Perth WA time. I'm going to do it every week. Thank you so much. Please also comment, keep a note on my community page. This is where you can put what you would like the live to be. See ya.